Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be replacing hubs on the 6.0 here. So we're here at O'Reilly's. I'm going to run in here and pick up some brake pads for the front of this thing because, as y'all know, these brakes that are on here, they squeak and they brake dust a lot. I hope this dude don't back into it. Okay, cool. Anyway, a lot of brake dust. They squeak. It sucks. So I figured since my hubs should be here tomorrow, go ahead and pick up some today. That way, if they don't have any, we can get them ordered. They'll be here tomorrow. Be good to go. So I'm gonna run in here. We're gonna see what they got, and then I guess I'll catch y'all sometime or another, and we'll get to work on the front end of this thing. Alright guys, so it's now the next day. The hubs just got here, but I gotta go move the white truck and stuff, so I want to take this down there in case I have to jump it. Then set on a battery charger and little battery tender things. So hopefully the battery isn't dead, but it's been sitting down here for 3 days now, something like that. So hopefully it's not dead. Yesterday we picked up these brake pads. I was going to pick up some Wagner's, but they didn't have any in stock other than what the guy said would eat up the brake rotors. So I'm going to come back and get those hubs here in a minute. But he said these should be fine with not having a lot of brake dust. They shouldn't squeak. So maybe, I guess we will have to see. But I'm gonna get down here, get the white truck started, and move it real quick. Alright guys, so this thing actually fired right up. Sorry white truck, I doubted you, even though you were on a battery charger for 3 days. But I'm going to park it well, where the 6.0's at. So funny enough, my air conditioner still works in this thing, but it will go, if you pull it, it'll go into reverse, and it will go into drive. It just won't go back into reverse or even park. So I'm gonna park it right over there, make sure I don't run anything over. But this thing is stupid tall. It's amazing. But I'm gonna park this real quick, make sure I don't hit anything, make sure I don't rip my fender off, and I'll get back to y'all here in a second. Okay, so what we have to do now, set the park brake, and because there's well, there's nothing there, so we're gonna put it in park. All right, I just shut it off. It's still in drive, but I can't. It's a long way down. I'll put it in park in a minute, but luckily park brake works on this thing. But we're gonna get the 6.0 in the shop. But my lord, this thing's huge. I keep telling people that and nobody listens, but we're gonna get the 6.0 in the shop real quick and get to work. All right guys, so now we got the truck in the shop here, got the wheel off. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull the caliper here, pull the caliper bracket. I mean, you can pull them both at the same time, but we've kind of found it easier to pull one than the other. But after you do that, I think we're going to pull this cover off here, just 3 screws, pull this off, and we should be able to take our lockout out. And then I guess we'll go from there. Okay, so we got this far. Pull the caliper off first. You can stick a screwdriver through here and try to push the pistons back in. Make it life a little bit easier trying to get that off. And that is the bolts for that. These two are 5/8. And then on your bracket here, you have a 21 and then a 21 down here. These are 9/32, I believe. 9/64s for these Allen right here. And then we should be able to, after we pull the lock out, we should be able to pull this rotor off. Okay, so with the 3 bolts removed, I know there's more than 3 holes here, but with the 3 bolts removed, you can use a screwdriver and kind of help you out and pull the lock out, which is right there. So now we're gonna look, see what all we need to take apart. And here I'm sure there's some shims and all that kind of thing to pull out, and then we can pull the rotor. Okay, so we got our new hub here. We were looking at it, and we was trying to get the snap ring out in here. See if I can show y'all. That snap ring back in there. We gotta get that out. And those pliers, they won't hold on to it. So we're gonna run up here to the parts store and buy a set of snap ring pliers, because that snap ring is thick. I mean, thick. So we're gonna have to go get a new set of snap ring pliers for that. But after we get that, we should be good. Pull that out. We have our new one with ABS. This truck has ABS, so we'll have to find the other end of this, get all that plugged in and stuff, and then we got to put those studs in the back here with some Loctite. So anyway, moving along. It's just need need those snap ring pliers. So anyway, I guess we're gonna head up here to the store and grab some. All right, guys. So we went to AutoZone. The ones they had looked too flimsy. Same thing with Harbor Freight. O'Reilly's had these. Bought these. They seem pretty decent. They might do it, I don't know. But on our way back home, can you see who that is? There you go. Snap-on Man. So we're going to run over there, talk to him, and we'll see what he's got. And this particular Snap-on Man, Sean, we've bought, or my grandpa's bought all of his stuff from him. I bought a couple things from him, and he's always been a super cool guy. So hopefully he has something on the truck, and we don't have to order anything. Okay, guys, so the Snap-on truck actually had a reversible set of snap ring pliers, like 40 something bucks. But we got the snap ring out, so that should be good to go here. We got the rotor off. It's sitting behind the toolbox over here. And now what we're doing is taking this line loose. So there's an 8mm here. There's an 8mm here and here. Pop that loose there. You got a clip here. Then you got a clip here behind the fender liner, and the plug will probably be on the other side of that clip. So you just take a pair of just regular poppers, and you can pop them loose here on the radius arm and here off the fender liner. All right, so as you can see here, got the axle off, or got the hub off. So to get to these, you can get to this one from here, this one from down under. These two are pretty simple. Pretty easy to get to. And one thing is your dust cover will come off with your hub. What we did, hammer and beat on it from each side, and it'll finally come off. And then when you pull your old hub off, you'll have to route your wiring through. Do that beforehand. And then now with everything off, we can transfer back over our original dust shield. Put the new studs in the new hub, and we should be good to go back together. And also one thing that we're going to do is grease up all these splines. There is a new seal that comes with the new hub. Grease it up, that way you don't tear it, and it'll seal a little better. Just make sure all the splines and everything are greased. Same thing with your lockout, make sure it's greased, that way they don't seize up or anything. Okay, so new hub is in. It is tightened. It went in kind of a star pattern there. So this is tightened. We got all this stuff ran around, it's plugged back in, and I thought I would show y'all the snap ring. So this is the snap ring that goes right on in there. So if you have just a little flimsy set of snap ring pliers, it probably won't work. But I'm gonna get that in there, and then the rotor can go back on. Brakes, I do have new brake pads, which I already showed y'all. So we'll throw those in at the same time. Okay guys, so with the snap ring back in it, you can go ahead, throw your rotor on, and then your lockout, get it tightened down, make sure that mine works, everything's free. We greased all the splines in there, so now he's working on actually the brake caliper bracket. The slide pins were starting to get a little frozen. One of them was pretty tight, so I'm gonna try to free those up before we throw everything back in, and hopefully prevent any issues on down the road with wearing brake pads funny or anything like that. All right guys, so after fighting with this brake caliper and everything else, wasn't too bad. The brake caliper didn't want to compress all the way for the new pads, so it is now 9 o'clock at night. But we got that side finished. Brought the new hub in, so hopefully we can get it installed. Probably Friday or so. So we'll figure that out. Now I did kind of pump the brakes a little bit to build up some pressure. I can't see anything through my window tint. There we go. But after you do that, you probably do want to pump your brakes up some, build up some pressure. That way you don't try to seat the brake pads and everything else all at the same time. But we got those, or we got that side finished anyway. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully Friday we can get the other one done. Because I think tomorrow we're supposed to get some thunderstorms and tornadoes and all kind of stuff. Still need to put the white truck in park. Probably do that here in a minute and get under there and put it in park. But guys, I guess I will catch you all another day and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so it's about 2 months later or so. I think last time I filmed anything was at the beginning of April. So it's been a minute. Now it's the end of May. So we have, we just got back from eating actually. But I pulled this in the shop. Me and my grandpa jacked the front end of it up. And this wheel is definitely loose. That bearing sounds super dry. So kind of figured it was this one. Because when you turn that way, it quits the roaring. But on his truck, if you turn that way, it quit roaring. It ended up being that one. So that's why we changed this one first. But now we know by this one having about a 1/2 inch of flop, that's probably the one. So I think this weekend, today's Thursday night, he's off tomorrow. So I think maybe tomorrow we're gonna try to pull this thing in the shop, and get that taken care of. And maybe, just maybe, that will take care of our death wobble. Because this death wobble in this thing is getting worse and worse and worse. And it is not fun. But anyway, guys, I will catch y'all sometime this weekend. I got to dig up the old footage now. Beginning of April into March. Something like that. I got to find that. But like I said, sometime this weekend, we will get started on finishing the hub replacement here. Okay, guys. So, this is the next morning here. I lost my freaking keys. So, luckily, we had one made when we got this computer, that computer, put on. I need to find those though. But we'll do that later. My grandpa and Wayne been working on Wayne's van, the window regulator. The regulator broke. The window fell down in the door. But they broke a piece and had to glue it. I don't know what they got going. But while they're waiting on that glue to dry before they can put it back together, we'll pull this thing down here at the shop. And we're going to get this new hub thrown on here. Okay, guys, so we just got the hub replaced. I say we, I actually didn't do anything. Wayne and my grandpa got it knocked out, so big thank you to them. But as you can see, 40-ish miles an hour, probably more around 43. Absolutely no grinding, no racket. Very nice. But I'm gonna take it on a little test drive here and see if we got death wobble. Because right over here is where this thing always death wobbled at. So we're gonna take it over here and we're gonna see what she does. And then I guess when we get back to the house, we'll end out this video. I know these tires have a little scoop to them, but that's okay because I'm working on getting another set of wheels and tires for this truck. Day after tomorrow, I think we're gonna try to go get them. So y'all stay tuned for that as well. Just gonna be a temporary set, but look, silent. I like it. It's gonna be so much nicer driving this thing. Now that that's fixed, the AC is fixed. We're about to have some new tires. Ain't gotta worry about blowouts. We're stepping up in the world here with reliable vehicles. So, like I said, I'm gonna take this thing around over here, see if we get any death wobble, and I'll go from there. I guess we'll go from there. Alright guys, so still some pretty good bumps here. I don't know if that spot, I don't know if I would call it death wobble because it does correct itself without having to slow down or stop or anything like before, but we'll have to take it out. I know some rougher roads around here. We can take it out and test. It's just not as violent. It is better, but it still doesn't. I want to say that is due in part that the track is off on this truck, and I imagine the and look, I can even drive no hands, so that's pretty good. But I want to say that is due in part the track is off, and everything's in a bit of a bind on the front end here, so pretty good. It's not near as much racket. There's no clunking like there was before, so it's pretty good. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end out the video here. So if you guys enjoyed today's video or found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody has a great day.